Would you walk away from a family that treated you like a backup plan? I 22F used to think loyalty meant sacrifice. I don't believe that anymore. My little sister, Amber, 17F, got pregnant last year. It was a disaster from the start. She hid it for 5 months, refused to say who the father was and still hasn't, and my parents flipped. But not at her. At me. Why? Because I was the responsible one. I was in college, 2 years into a social work degree, part-time job at the library, no debt and living at home to save money. I followed the rules. I didn't drink, didn't party. I took care of things when my mom got sick, helped raise Amber while she was out chasing whatever guy gave her attention that week. So when she got pregnant and crumbled under the weight of reality, my parents decided I would help out. That phrase, just help out, was a lie wrapped in manipulation. At first, it was small stuff. Picking Amber up from appointments, making bottles when she refused to wake up, watching the baby just for a minute while she took a mental break that turned into a 4-hour nap. Then it turned into me missing class to babysit. Taking night shifts at a diner to cover diapers because Amber said the government forms were too hard and my parents were already doing enough. The final straw, my mom sat me down and said, "You should think about taking a break from school, just for a year, to focus on family." I said, "Whose family? It's not my baby." And she looked me in the eye and said, "It doesn't matter, she's your sister, and the baby needs stability. You're already acting like her mom anyway." That night I packed my things. I didn't fight, I didn't scream. I just texted my friend Claire who had a spare room. I left a note saying I wouldn't be back. I blocked Amber when she sent me a crying selfie 2 days later with the caption, "She won't stop screaming. What do I do?" I got 2 more jobs, finished my semester, slept 4 hours a night, and learned to drink black coffee and live out of a backpack. Claire's place had no heat in the winter, and the walls were so thin I could hear her roommate crying herself to sleep every night. But I was free. Every time I doubted myself, I remembered the sound of that baby screaming at 3 a.m. while my sister snored in the next room, makeup still on from whatever party she'd crawled home from. That was 8 months ago. I graduated last week, degree in hand and a job offer waiting, my name on a lease starting July 1st. I've clawed back every piece of my life. And guess who called me last night? My dad. He left a voicemail, calm and measured, said Amber isn't coping, the baby's not sleeping. CPS was called after a neighbor heard hours of crying through the walls. My mom's back in the hospital from stress, and he ended it with, "You're the only one who can help us, please come home." I sat there staring at my phone for 10 minutes. I almost cried, not because I was tempted, but because I finally was not. For the first time, I realized I was never their daughter. I was their plan B, their backup mom, their emotional sponge, their fixer, and I'm done fixing things I didn't break. I haven't called back, and I won't. I love that baby, I do, but she's not mine, she never was. And I refuse to sacrifice my future to clean up someone else's mess, especially when they never even thanked me the first time.